Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. Today is Friday, and that means this is our weekly meal video upload. We had some absolutely fabulous meals this week. Check it out. For lunch today, we are going to make wraps. We are going to use flakes of ham. We're going to try it with the dill pickle flavored mayo. We have 3 of these small ones left. I think the handsome one will have 2 of these and I'll just have 1 big wrap. One and a half ham salad wraps. For supper tonight, we are going to have chili cheese nachos. That was so funny. Today was another cool day, making you think like, yes, for chili. Yesterday and the day before, 24, 25 degrees. What we are going to do is we're going to make a queso for the cheese part, but the handsome one wants to add in this rotel. It's original, so not spicy. Well, it's going to have chilies in it, but it's not like a crazy hot one. And so we'll use this. And of course, we will use the chili that we have. Now, we don't want to add the cheese and the nachos or the chili on top of the nachos and then put it in the oven to bake. It'll make the nachos all soggy. So what we decided we were going to do is that we were going to toast these or heat them like a taco shell. We're going to heat those in the oven, bring them out, and then we'll add on the heated chili and the heated queso just prior to serving. All right, we have the milk. We're adding in the queso. This has to be whisked together. You hear that little crying in the background? That's 2 little dogs saying, "Where's our cheese tax?" And they are very insistent. They want their cheese tax right now. This is looking good. It needs to simmer just for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to remove it from the heat, add some shredded cheese, and add the rotel. Grated cheese is in there. And we'll stir it in. This is nice and thick. It's turning out great. Rotel is in. Let's give this a stir. That looks good. Great, actually. The chili is on. Now for the cheese. I should probably have something pouring this. I think that looks good. And here we go. Chili, cheese, nachos, and the cheese is queso with rotel. Yum, yum. Yummy. Looks so good. I can't wait. It's very early. I took out a turkey last night. We have been talking about having turkey dinner for a couple of weeks. We actually have, well, now there's 2 turkeys in the freezer, but we had 3 turkeys in the freezer. We're going to get this in and we're going to cook it for supper tonight. Sage, poultry seasoning. I'll give this a little stir. And lots of liquid because I have no more frozen broth left. I want to make sure that I make some broth pucks because they're great seasoning in all kinds of different things that I make. It is September 20th. 6 degrees outside right now. That means it's still not freezing. You can see the sun just coming up now. It's quite early. And I'm hoping it's going to be another hot day. Another hot day, which will be great for the garden. And all of that stuff down there too. The turkey is looking great. With it, we are going to have potatoes. I'll show you. Potatoes, carrot turnip mash. We are having Brussels sprouts. And I don't know what else. Oh, stuffing. Stuffing. This big, massive bag of stuffing, which is going to last us a long time. But that's okay. We love stuffing. The breakdown for the quantities for the stuffing is 2 cups of the breadcrumbs, 1 cup of water, which I haven't added in yet, and 2 tablespoons of the seasoning mix. And then I'm going to cook it in the microwave, just like stovetop. Turkey dinner smells so good I can't even explain. We put the turkey in before we went to a tournament today. And when we got home and opened the door, the house just smelled so amazing. So we've got Brussels sprouts, carrot turnip mashed, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and turkey. Awesome. And of course, lots left over. The handsome one's going to add mustard pickles and beet pickles to his. This is a mashed banana, and it's soon going to be beaten egg and a mashed banana. Banana muffins, and I just added in some of those blueberries. Remember I got those a few weeks back? Yeah. These look really great. You see there's one missing because I'm eating it. It is delicious. Yummy. I've got homemade bread in the toaster, thin slices. This is the last tomato that I have from last week or the week before. And this is our new sharp cheddar cheese slices. We are going to have toasted tomato sandwiches for lunch. The handsome one doesn't want cheese slices on his. He wants mayo on one side and cheese whiz on the other. Toasted tomato sandwiches and pickles for lunch. Now how yummy does that look? We finally have a harvest. So we have 2 green zucchini. This was the zucchini that started growing in a pot that we didn't plant it in. This we did plant. I can't remember what kind or what variety. Straight neck yellow squash. We've got some jalapenos. Very exciting stuff. We are having turkey dinner leftovers tonight for supper, and we are going to cook this squash that we grew to go with it. Not much meat on these squash. I'm going to bake these. That all came out of it. All right, these look good. I'm going to pop them in the oven. We are going to have boiled potatoes with the supper. So I've got those prepared, and when the squash gets maybe 3/4 of the way cooked, we'll turn the potatoes on. I am making the stuffing mix, and I just chopped up real fine some kale to throw in there just to give us a little extra nutritional oomph. Yeah, sometimes you got to have the oomph because there's lots of gravy. So we'll have the kale. Turkey dinner take 2. Tonight we're having squash and peas instead of carrot turnip mash and Brussels sprouts. Boiled potatoes instead of mashed potatoes, but we're having dressing and turkey and gravy. That's the same. This looks delicious. Very exciting. I did quite a big harvest of the kale, so we still have new growth here. This one, yeah, that's coming. This one was hit kind of hard by the bugs that eat things. And more here, here, and here. And I'm going to dehydrate these and see what we can get. Got all of the kale that I harvested soaking here in the sink, and I'm going to do the exact same thing as last time. We'll leave it soak for a little while, and then I'll spread it out on a tea towel to let it dry, and then we'll trim it, weigh it, and pop it in the oven to dehydrate. All right, we've got 50 more grams of kale. Cut off the stalks. I'm going to spread it out, and well, I'm going to cut it into small pieces, and we'll spread it out and then start it dehydrating. in the oven, 170 degrees. Here we go. The kale turned out great. And this is the kale dehydrated. I now have a 500 milliliter mason jar and the starting of another jar. I have cut it way back, but hopefully we're going to continue to get new leaves because the kale likes the cold. Since we got a bunch of hot dogs on very good price, we decided that today we were going to have beans and wieners for lunch. So I am going to fry the hot dogs up first. They're still slightly frozen. We should have had this great idea yesterday and taken a package out of the freezer. But when you get them that marked down, we always just like to take them out as we're going to use them. So fry first, and then we'll add them into the molasses and pork beans. All right, I'm going to cook the whole package. These look a bit less frosty. Looking great. Let's get the beans on. Here we go. Beans and wieners. For supper tonight, we are going to have sausages, fries, and some kind of veggie. I don't know what yet. So far, so good with the fries. I just flipped them all. They do need to go back in for a longer amount of time. The sausages turned out great. These were bacon and cheddar sausages that I got in a big club pack at Costco weeks ago. And these were in the freezer. We just thawed them out today. Bacon cheddar sausages, broccoli with cheese, wedges for the handsome one, sweet potato fries for me. Wedges, that's been cleared out of the freezer now. The sausages are out of the freezer, and the sweet potato fries are out of the freezer. So it was a good night for freezer purging. I am going to be making broth for a soup. In here is a bunch of bones, the skin, some actual pieces that have chicken on it. Some of the congealed broth that was in the refrigerated container that we're storing the turkey in. So I am going to start to boil this down to get a good base. And then we will use that base to build our soup. I just finished straining the broth. This turned out fantastic. Soup turned out great. I've picked a bunch of Swiss chard, way more than this, and I'm going to cut it up and add it to the soup. This looks great. I added in carrots, onions. I had a little bit of sweet potato, a little piece in the fridge. I had some celery, old celery, and I put some noodles in. Looks great. I made this soup last night. We're having it for lunch today for the first time, but just look at these noodles. They're really sloppy. I normally only buy fusilli. I found in the cupboard a remnants of a package of rotini that I must have purchased at some time. And like, wow, adding them to the soup, I definitely won't do that again. They're just so sloppy. I'm sure they'll taste great. It just looks messy. I don't like it. One good thing, the soup is incredibly hearty. It'll be nice and filling. It smells great. I love soup. I am going to make a casserole tonight. It is macaroni, some kind of a white sauce. I don't know if it's going to be Alfredo or if I'm going to try to do a mac and cheese sauce, but I'm going to add ranch seasoning to whatever it is. I'm going to dice up some tomatoes. There's going to be some bacon and there's going to be turkey. So it's going to be turkey bacon ranch, a little casserole. And then I'm going to top that with the leftover stuffing. And then we're going to bake it. All right, we've got the turkey and the bacon. I'll stir the pasta into this. I'm just storing that in here now. This is my very last Epicure mac and cheese. I added some broccoli in. Add tomatoes. I will try to get this stirred in. We're going to add the topping, and I've already got the oven preheated. You know what? I think I'm going to add a little layer of cheese. I've got some pre-grated mozzarella. I think I'll add that on top, and then I'll put the stuffing on top of that to brown. Yeah, It's going to be great. This is what it looks like before I put it in the oven. Looks great. This looks super awesome. Let's dig in. This looks like I'm going to absolutely love it. I am incredibly excited right now. Look at that. Yum. I got to call the handsome one in. He's outside. Soup on the go. I'm on the go today, so soup for lunch. Delicious. Lots of leftovers. It was amazing. Incredibly, incredibly delicious. For supper tonight, we are going to have breakfast. So we are going to use these English muffins. We have sausage rounds in the freezer. So that's clearing out an item out of the freezer. We're going to have eggs on the little breakfast sandwiches, and we are going to have hash browns to go with it. This box has seen some hard times. When is the expiration on this? 2024, October 07. Well, doesn't really matter. It's been frozen. These are going to go on our little breakfast sandwiches, just like the picture. That's what we're making. Ooh, cheese. Yes, I forgot about that. Okay, they're going to have the sausages and eggs and cheese and maybe tomatoes. Eggs. I'm going to see how skilled I am at getting this. Okay, that was good. That was good. That was good. Hash browns are ready. Sausages are ready. I'm impatient, so I've got the English muffins jammed in together. I don't think this, or perhaps this might not turn out how I think it should, but it's going to be ready faster. Breakfast for supper. Sausage and egg sandwiches and hash browns. Looks good. Very good. Yummy. You know what? Any day is a good day for a turkey. And that turkey made us some really fabulous meals. We have actually quite a lot of turkey left over. We popped that in the freezer. The turkey soup was fabulous. The turkey casserole was fabulous. And then, of course, we filled in the gaps with some other interesting meals. The beans and wieners were actually really good. It was a nice change. I can't even remember the last time that I had beans and wieners, like probably 15 years ago. So that was a nice change, and I know the handsome one really liked that as well. Yeah, it was a great week, everyone. Ooh, the muffins. The muffins turned out fabulous. I actually think I'm going to make more muffins again next week. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you would do so. It will help me. Likes, shares, comments, they help me as well. And stay tuned for Monday for the grocery or the weekly grocery haul upload. It's gonna be fabulous. And guess what? No Sobeys Craft promos on it.